A young woman has been found dead this morning in Westfield Forest. She's been identified as Rose Jones. Forensics have confirmed it was homicide by shooting.
Any word about the suspect?
A few of the boys have picked up 2 suspects, her husband and her lover. He's Eastern European. Anyway, you'll be interviewing the husband first, Charles Jones. He's been in trouble before. A few of the boys picked him up a few months ago and for his drunken behaviour. Good luck, he's not exactly well behaved.
Charles Jones. I'm Detective Edwards, here to talk to you about what happened this morning. Where were you at 0500 hours?
I was asleep in bed.
Were you alone?
I don't know whether she was in the bed with me at the time or not.
Well, surely you'd be aware of if she'd got out of bed. Did it not wake you up?
I am a heavy sleeper.
Okay. And can you explain your relationship with your wife?
I loved her, of course I did. She was my wife.
And were you aware of the affair she had with Peter Malinowski?
Yes. I found out recently.
Well, when did you find out, and how did that make you feel?
I found out a few weeks ago. Obviously I was angry, but I didn't kill her. I wouldn't dream of doing anything to harm her.
Even accidentally? Not in a moment of
I
rage?
didn't kill my wife, okay?
And did you guys argue a lot?
Of course we argued somewhat often, but so does everybody.
But do they argue enough to want to kill their other half? You know, we've seen you here before, Charles. You know, drunk, disorderly behaviour, harassing people within the streets.
That doesn't mean I killed her.
I understand people can be a little different when they're drunk. Well, what were you arguing about?
We argued a little bit, but we were fine. We were discussing going on holiday before all this happened.
And what did you argue about?
I can't really remember.
Was it about the affair? You know, was she still seeing him?
God no, it had ended before I'd even found out.
Are you sure?
She promised that it had ended, so okay.
And where was Rose at 2100 hours?
She said she was out with her sister. She just had a baby, so Rose went over to see her.
Why weren't you there?
Wasn't interested.
Hi Peter, I'm Detective Edwards. Just want to ask you a few questions about your relationship with Rose Jones.
I knew her. We were friends.
Friends? Did you love her?
Yes, I think. I did.
Is that why you killed her?
Excuse me?
Well, did you kill her because you couldn't handle that she was in a marriage she wouldn't leave?
It wasn't like that. We just fell in love.
I just want to find out what happened to Rose so we can put this to rest. But I can't do that, or help you, if you don't tell me about your relationship with her.
A year ago, we were at the same pub, and we just began talking. We had a lot in common, and we just ended up falling in love.
And how was she acting before her death?
A little stressed. I think she'd been arguing with her husband before.
Did she mention anything about their relationship?
No, it wasn't something that we often talked about. She had mentioned that they didn't get along sometimes, but nothing past that.
When was the last time you saw her?
About a week ago. Nothing happened, we just sat and talked, and she said she wasn't going to see me anymore.
So it was enough for you to shoot her?
I didn't kill her.
And where were you when it happened?
It was at home, asleep.
And is there anyone who can confirm this?
I was alone. Looked into the weapon. It wasn't anything that any of us had seen before. It It's unmarked, and I'm guessing communist. We need to hurry up and find out what happened. I hate to give you a time limit, but we need to end this. The public are expressing an interest, so I want this done as quick as possible.
Didn't know it was such a big case.
This isn't just a homicide anymore, Edwards. We have until today, until the military decides to take control of the case.
Do you recognise this gun? Was it the gun you used to kill Rose Jones?
What? No, I didn't kill her.
Was it out of anger? You know, listen, I want to believe you, but if you don't tell the truth, I just can't.
I didn't kill her.
Were you aware of her job as a secretary for Brigadier?
I knew she was a secretary, but I didn't know what for. She never mentioned it.
You know, there's people wanting you to be hung as a spy. You know, people are starting to think that you're a communist spy.
I'm not a spy. I just came here. I just wanted a good life after the war ripped my country apart.
So, you didn't use her for information, and when she found out, you didn't kill her?
No, I loved her. Plus, I hadn't seen her for a week before she died.
Well, she went with her on Monday, because people are starting to say that you were with her.
Fine. We met up and we had a meal together before she passed. Then we just went our separate ways and nothing else happened.
Why would you lie?
Because I didn't want everybody to see her as something she wasn't.
We had problems, but we were in love.
Is that so? You weren't the nicest husband, were you? You know, were you jealous of her job? You know, she had special information to the country, and you were stuck with a job that maybe you didn't like. And then came Peter. You know, you couldn't stand that she was having an affair with a Polish immigrant as well. You know, so you just had to kill her with this weapon.
It isn't my gun.
That's interesting, because I thought that. But you went to Korea, didn't you?
Yes, a lot of men did.
So you could bring back anything you want, really.
Yes, but that doesn't mean I killed her.
So what I'm thinking is, you had this weapon with an intention to kill.
I am not a murderer.
Imagine how Rose felt, Charles. Her own husband, in a forest, with a gun pointed to her head.
I didn't kill her. We had problems, but I wasn't about to go kill her.
You threatened it before.
Because I said something whilst I was angry does not mean I would actually do it.
Well, if you could say something when you're angry, don't you think you could go through with it?
I didn't kill her, and that's the end of it. Please believe me.
You know, if you did, you'd be hung for it. Hell, you might even not... You know, if you did do it, you'll be hanged for it. Hell, you might even not be hanged for it. You just sit in prison for the rest of your life.
Please, just believe me. I don't want to be found guilty of something I didn't do.
Well, if you don't want to be hanged, why did you kill her?
Cool.
Yeah. You know, if you did, you'd be hung for it. Hey, you might even not be hung for it. You'd just be sat in prison for the rest of your life.
Please, just believe me. I don't want to be found guilty of something
If you did do it, you'll be hanged for it. Hell, you might even not be hanged for it. You just sit in prison for the rest of your life.
Please, just believe me. I don't want to be found guilty of something I didn't do.
Well, if you don't want to be hanged, why did you kill her?
So, have you made a decision yet?